collecting debt.
Right, this is Delph Lane.
Is this Delph Lane?
We're looking for a garage, apparently.
Today they're in Liverpool to serve a writ on sole trader Michael Burton. Mr. Burton, a mechanic, owes just over £2,700 to a former colleague.
We're looking for M&B Motors. Put in your note, let's see what's going on.
There's a garage at the address they've been given, but it's now called Delph Lane Autos.
Can I ask Eagle Plant Repairs if he's ever heard of this guy?
So the team ask a neighbouring business for help.
Hi there. I'm looking for M&B Motors.
M&B Motors?
Yeah, Michael Burton.
That's right here.
Is that Michael Burton?
Yeah.
Well, this is it, mate. This is it.
Right, let's go and have a chat.
The agents are in the right place, but the defendant appears to be trading under a different company name.
Apparently this is it.
If Mr. Burton can't or won't pay today, the team have the right to remove goods and assets from his business to offset the debt.
Hi, mate, you all right? We're after Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton.
Michael Burton.
Isn't there? I've had confirmation that he is here.
He's not.
The man they meet denies all knowledge of a Michael Burton.
Well, I'll tell you where we are. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
So
you try and get him on the phone if he's not here at the moment, because we're here to take control of yours.
What's that name like?
Right, okay, we've already spoke to the neighbours, and the neighbours have confirmed that he's here.
What neighbours?
The neighbours in the area.
What area?
This area.
Right. Well, I'm not what you're on about.
Right, okay.
what's your name, sir?
I'm Sanya. It's going to be with
All
you.
right, that's fine.
The man refuses to reveal his identity.
Because we're here now to take control of goods, sir.
I'm taking none of my stuff, mate.
Right, so can you prove who you are then?
What do I need to prove who I am?
Because we've got a writ for this address, you see.
Despite the man's denials, Stuart and Vic have the right to make peaceful entry into the property.
Start thinking you're walking in here, mate. You got no right.
Okay, so if you just explain who you are then, that's
I've
fine.
just told you. Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what you need to know.
The man demands to see a copy of the writ.
Need to
Let's
get
see
some
the
proof.
address.
The address is for
Let's
you,
see
sir.
the address.
The
Yeah,
address
let's
is
have
for
a look
you.
then.
I don't know who you are, sir.
Well, what do you want to know?
I've asked for some ID for yourself.
Well, I don't need to prove anything to
Okay,
you.
so
but
we'll...
for us to show you the writ, right?
I'm
Yeah.
not bothered. Let me just show me what's on the thing then.
I'll explain to
Show
you.
me what's on it then.
If it's nothing to do with you, sir, then why are you so interested?
What are you doing then? Get out.
Have I already explained?
Well, I've told you, no one's here at that name.
Well,
so
I don't believe you, sir.
Well, don't believe me, I don't
Okay, that's
care.
fine, so I'll carry on
No,
taking
you
control
won't,
of
you
goods.
won't at all, mate. Let me just put your ass straight now. Don't step in there. All right? You've been told.
Let me explain to you. For us to show you who's on the writ,
Yeah.
you got to identify yourself. Because if you're not...
Are you
Your name's
Mike?
Bradley?
Are
Your
you
name's
Michael?
Bradley? No,
Are
my
you
name's
Michael?
Bradley.
Right,
Do you
have
know
you got
him?
any ID just to prove
I haven't
that?
got any ID on me. No,
You don't have a driver's licence or anything like
Not
that?
on me, no.
Well, in that case, then we will have to take control
You
of
won't
goods.
take nothing at all.
It's sadly-
How long have you- okay.
You can't, unless you show me what's on that paper there, you won't be coming in here.
How long-
And then that's as simple as that, mate. I'll tell you that right now.
As the man refuses to confirm his identity, Stuart turns up the pressure.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm not. I've just told you that 3 times. I'm not Michael.
I don't
My
believe
name
you,
is
sir.
Bradley. So
Yeah.
fuck off then if you don't
That's
believe me.
right.
I will, because you're doing me head in.
I'm not going anywhere.
You fucking won't be stepping in here, mate, to tell you that now. I'd get fucked off.
Why are you being so defensive?
Why? Because I hate people like you, because you're horrible.
In this job, you're going to come across all walks of life. Some people are going to be truthful and honest. Some people are going to be barefaced liars. It's water off a duck's back to me. If somebody wants to lie to me, it makes me feel better once I found them out.
The man is determined not to let Stuart and Vic inside the property.
So fuck off.
I'm not going anywhere.
Again, not a mate.
I'm
Let's have a look then. Let's have a look.
I don't know who you are,
Let's
sir.
have a look. You get fucking... You want to show me something? Let me have a look at it.
I don't know who you are.
Well, Shannon, well, you don't know who I am. You don't know who you're looking for then, do you?
I know exactly who I'm looking for.
Who?
Michael Burton.
Tensions are rising. Vic decides to call the police.
My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here to execute a High Court writ at a industrial unit in Merseyside. We need some police assistance, please. The defendant is getting very aggressive, threatening us.
Private property on your way.
Private property got a High Court writ to be here.
Yeah, but who's it for?
Well,
Is it-
Michael
let's-
Burton, as I've already explained.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's here at that name,
I
so
don't
we
believe you,
can't
sir.
prove it.
I
Now
don't
go
believe
away.
you. I don't believe you.
But don't believe me.
But while Vic is on the phone, the man becomes even more agitated.
Move the car so you can't get his car out.
Stuart's van is blocking other cars from getting out of the drive.
You want to move the car now?
Which
I'm
car?
going to start moving stuff for you. So I'll only move your stuff out of my way in a minute. Move the stuff now.
Which
Get the
one?
stuff moved.
Yeah,
Get the
okay.
van
Yeah.
moved now.
No problem
Get
at
the
all.
van moved.
Yeah.
To keep the peace, Stuart agrees to move his vehicle.
Yeah, I'll move the van, no problem at all. In this job, you're going to meet everybody who's been in debt. And some people are aggressive, can be physically aggressive as well. But it's something you've just got to learn to take in your stride.
Vic keeps the police on the line.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to show any IDs. He's shouting now, mate. He's going off his head, yeah.
But as Stuart moves the van, the man decides to take action of his own.
He's threatening to block us in. He's now threatening to block us in, mate. This is getting ridiculous.
He forces Stuart to reverse his van towards the busy main road.
I can do with some assistance straight away. Now he's in his vehicle. He's ramming our vehicle out of down the drive. He's threatening my colleague to get out here.
A straightforward debt collection has quickly turned into a volatile situation. With the man's aggression escalating, will the agents be able to keep the situation under control until the police arrive?
He's trying to. I'm on my way, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were looking to serve a writ on sole trader Michael Burton, who owed a former colleague £2,700.
We're after Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton. Michael Burton.
But the man they met at the address listed on the writ told them that he wasn't Michael Burton.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm not. I've just told you that 3 times. I'm not Michael.
I don't
My
believe
name
you,
is
sir.
Bradley.
Instead, he blocked them from entering the garage.
You fucking won't be stepping in here, mate, to tell you that now. I'd get fucked off.
Vic called the police.
We need some police assistance, please.
But then the man tried to run the team off the property.
He's ramming our vehicle out of down the drive. He's threatening my colleague to get out here. I'm on my way, mate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Get out.
Don't touch me.
Now, just as Stuart manages to reverse the vehicle safely off the drive, a team of police officers arrive on the scene. Stuart and Vic explain the situation.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been insisted to execute a writ of control at this address. We've confirmed from the garage behind.
That is Michael Burton.
This is Michael Burton's business.
We just want to know who that gentleman is, if he's Michael Burton or if he's just working for him.
Vic hands the officer a copy of the writ. With police officers present, the man is finally forced to reveal who he is.
Michael Burton.
Michael Burton.
What?
What's your name, mate?
Matter, does it?
Yes, of course it does. Michael Burton.
Yeah. When he's been questioned, he's actually come out and said that his name is Michael. So it's the defendant we're after all the time. So mine and Vic's hunches straight away have come clear.
Do not tell another lie.
I'm not lying to anyone.
You've been lying. You just lied to me. Do not lie again. These will deal with you appropriately according to the documentation they've got.
Yeah.
We're going to stand here. You're going to behave yourself.
Having confirmed the man's identity, the agents must now recover the £2,700 they came for.
Can I come in now?
No, you can't come in. No.
I've got a writ here, mate. To come in here.
No, you're not coming in.
I'm coming in.
I don't
I've got a High Court writ here in your
Yeah,
name.
in my name, yeah.
With the police present, Mr. Burton has no option but to allow Stuart and Vic onto the premises.
I haven't got money, so what do you want me to do?
Well, then we're going to take goods.
You
I'm
can't
going to
take
go
goods,
to...
can
Why
you?
can't I?
You just can't just come in and take people's stuff.
Yeah, it says there. Look there.
It's not even my stuff.
Michael now claims that the goods in the garage don't belong to him, but to a fellow mechanic. If he can't prove this is true, the agents can start seizing some of his assets.
Right.
Mate.
Michael, have a word
I
with me.
can't
No,
pay it.
listen
I
to me.
can't
No,
pay it.
Listen to me.
I
Calm
can't
down.
pay it. I haven't got it.
Okay, calm down.
I can't
Listen,
do nothing.
Do you
What
want,
am I
do
meant
you
to
want
do?
me to help you? Do you want me to
Can
help
you help me? Yeah,
Yes.
can you help me?
Yes, I can.
can't pay it.
Okay.
I haven't got it.
Calm down. You're going to calm down.
I can't because it's
Okay.
stressing me.
Listen,
I can't pay it.
Michael claims he has no means to pay his debt. But Vic needs him to calm down so that he can negotiate a payment plan.
Just calm down. Listen to me.
I can't give you something that I haven't got.
Calm down.
I can't do it. I haven't got it.
What can you pay? Hold on. No. What can you pay monthly? Think that with a
monthly
clear.
now.
Calm down and think
I
with a
can pay
clear.
£100 a month.
But before a payment plan can be put in place, Mr. Burton must pay a substantial amount today.
You're not going to like this, what I'm going to tell you, but let me finish, right? It's got to be £1,000 today. Try it, mate. Listen to me. Listen.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
Okay, what can you
I can't
get?
it.
What can
I
you
can't
get?
do it.
600?
I can get. Fucking hell. I don't have the money.
What can you pay? 200 a
I can
month?
pay £200 a month.
No.
I can give you 600 quid, but you aren't taking nothing today.
Okay, listen to me.
right?
Listen,
I-
okay, Michael, I'm listening to you and I'm listening to you, okay? And I'm all right with that. I'm going to make a phone call now.
Michael has finally come up with an offer. But if the claimant decides it's not enough, the agents will have to seize items from the garage.
Hello? It's Vic.
Vic calls the office. But while he's on the phone, Michael's parents and wife arrive to help raise the funds.
She's going to get you the rest now, mate. Go and get the 118. Okay. Alright, that's it.
Michael's wife goes to the bank to get the rest of the money. Minutes later, Vic hears back from the claimant.
All right, thank you very much.
Michael's offer has been accepted.
200 a month?
200 a month.
600 today?
That's all I can pay.
This is what they've
And I
accepted
can't-
it.
I can't pay the other 200. I can't pay that 200 now till next month.
No, you won't. Michael,
You know what I mean?
Jesus, mate, you must let me speak. I'm trying to talk to you here. It's going to be a control goods agreement, which means the stuff stay here.
Michael's business is safe for now. But if he doesn't keep to his repayment plan, the agents have the right to return and seize goods.
Another quiet day at the office.
But seeing Stuart making a list of goods starts to irritate Michael.
Do us a
Michael.
favour, mate. Stop going round the garage and
No,
paying you.
listen,
I'm paying you, aren't I? Get him down.
Michael,
What I'm
listen,
doing,
Michael,
you know.
Michael.
Get him down the
Yes,
stairs.
I'm going to explain to you what he's doing.
I'm going to give you the money what I just said there, mate. I'm going to give you the money. Get out of the garage.
Michael's mother steps in to calm her son down. 20 minutes later, Mr. Burton's wife returns with the remaining cash.
Do you want to pay more?
No, don't. No, mate. Appreciate it. What you've done. But the 6 ton. Bye-bye. You can shoot off his alarm. That's paid.
Stuart and Vic's perseverance has paid off.
Suppose you can kick and scream all you want, can't you?
Yeah.
End of the day, you're going to start paying.
Still get the cash, don't we?
Yeah.
But if Michael doesn't keep up with his repayments, the agents will be back. The number of elderly people living in rented accommodation is on the rise. But with rents and living costs increasing year on year, nearly half of all retired people are struggling to live off their pensions. (8 a.m. Isleworth, West London. High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and his son Ben are on their way to carry out an eviction.
So this morning we have a writ of possession against Mr. Peter, Malcolm Norman and one other. It appears to me that it will be a simple end of tenancy.
For the last few months, the tenants, Mr. and Mrs. Norman, have been struggling to pay their rent.
What number? 18.
The county court has sent the tenants an eviction notice, but the landlord has now applied to the High Court to speed up the eviction. The tenants must leave today.
Good morning, Mr. Norman.
Yes, sir.
My name's Ben. We're here today to repossess the property.
Mr. Norman has the county court papers in his hand.
According to this, sir, it's if you stay beyond this date, your landlord can ask the court to send a bailiff to evict you. According to the county court in Brentford yesterday, no such application
That's
has been
correct,
made.
sir. That is the county court. We are from the High Court.
I don't understand what's happening here. So we were told that we'd be here for another week, and that no application has been found anywhere, and therefore
For the county court bailiff, yes. So the matter's been transferred, and we are here instead. And there is no notice of that, as it does say on your possession order.
Well, I think that's very unfair, don't you?
Well, I'm afraid I don't make the rules, sir.
This is unbelievable. I'm being slung out my own. I don't know what to say. I can't believe this. We're leaving this place because we can't afford to pay the rent, because we don't get enough money.
Mr. and Mrs. Norman have lived at the house for 7 years. They now have 1 hour to pack up their essentials and leave.
I just can't believe it's come to this, you know. 8 o'clock in the morning, we've got an hour to get out.
I'm afraid so.
You're listening to this, darling? We've got an hour to pack a bag and go to the governor. To go to the council. All right, lads, thanks for doing what you do. What's the time? We'll do a time check.
It's 8:20.
8:20. Oh,
When that first opened the door, I thought, what is going to happen here? He's standing with a piece of paper and a script to read. I'm thinking, what's he going to say?
Mr. Norman and his wife are both retired and receiving housing benefit.
I've got your medicine, darling, in here.
But following recent welfare cuts, their benefits don't cover the rent.
Do you have a car?
I'll pretend you didn't mean that. If he had money for a car, he'd be able to pay his rent, wouldn't he? Don't you think?
Mr. Norman covered the shortfall in his rent with his personal savings until they ran out. He has tried to find work, but failed.
It seems to me, sir, that all the people who've done all the work and paid all the money are the last people who get what they've paid for over their working lives.
Being dependent on benefits is not something Mr. Norman has been used to.
Are you local?
We moved here from Kew.
Okay, yeah.
That's not to say my previous job was a caretaker, and the house came with a job. It wasn't that I was rich and it was my house.
Caretaker where?
Just over the other side of Kew Bridge, where
Okay.
the big red brick houses. I was there for 19 years.
Wow.
Mr. Norman hoped the council would step in before the eviction took place, but they've been told they could be rehoused over 100 miles from home, where rents are cheaper.
In 3 months' contact with the housing department, Hounslow Council, I've had 1 phone call. And that was to tell me I might be going to live in Birmingham.
The reality of the situation is beginning to take its toll on Mr. Norman.
Big sale over cornflakes, a nice glass of wine. And it's not my usual time, I assure you of that, sir. But circumstances being what they are, one tends to go out of phase a bit. It's not fair. It's just not bloody fair. Well, but all the years we've been collecting our favourite films, what's going to happen to them?
Despite the couple's circumstances, Steve and Ben must complete the eviction.
So you've got clothing, medication, identification?
Only one I have, yeah. Bus card, spent card.
It's a very distressing situation, especially to people who are maybe more vulnerable. They need a little bit more support, and I must say I was happy to give it in any way I could, and I really did feel for that couple.
Right, Mr. Penner.
Is there anything else we can help you with? Carrying down?
Sorry?
Couldn't go 3 months' rent to go well. Yeah.
If only,
Oh,
sir.
very well, in fact. Bus pass, Dolly. You got your bus pass?
I don't know.
5 miles away.
Mrs. Norman is concerned about leaving her belongings in the house.
Come on.
That's fine.
We'll get them, darling. We'll get them, darling, I promise you.
Nothing's going to be
And you can
touched.
make arrangements to come back. If you have problems, you can call us. Our numbers are on the door.
Yeah.
You can take that number down.
I can come back, darling. I'll get back. Don't you worry about that. We might have lost this one. That doesn't mean it's only a battle, darling.
There has been a rise in evictions since benefit caps came in force because the people on benefits don't have the money or won't pay the difference in the rents. The likes of Mr. and Mrs. Norman paid into the system, and in their time of need, they're not getting the help that they should do. So the council should think on that and help the elderly, the vulnerable.
Mr. and Mrs. Norman's hour to pack and leave the house is up.
Good luck, Peter.
Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot. I know you're only doing your job.
But you take care.
It's the way that it's happening, don't you?
Yeah. No, okay.
All right, darling, off we go.
Take care.
The couple now need to find emergency accommodation or could face the night on the streets.
Terrible, really. A couple like that. The council should do something before, shouldn't they, really? This case really did hit both me and Dad. We was just completely shocked. I went home that night thinking, where are they now? It was a real horrible situation because they completely were genuine people.
Steve and Ben have faced a heartbreaking situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case, they meet a student in denial.
The office have been ringing since 30th of October. No reply, no reply, no reply, no reply, no reply.
Whose debt is causing a family crisis.
You're not ringing your dad, were you?
Oh, he's gonna freaking kill me.
Average debts amongst young people aged 15 to 24 have more than trebled in the last 10 years. More than half have personal debts, including payday loans and credit card bills. And many are turning to their families for help.
Sunny Bolton, eh?
Bolton, Lancashire. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way to serve a writ on a young debtor.
Any idea what debt you think it could be?
Yeah, well, the defendant is Miss Amy Evans.
Right.
Student nurse Amy Evans owes just over £750. But this isn't the first time Vic has tried to recover the debt.
Red door.
So it's the red door there. Fucking stick it up there. Looks like a nice house though, you know, it looks like it's well maintained.
So Miss Amy Evans is still here?
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be that.
The last time Vic met Amy, she agreed to make monthly instalments to repay the debt. But she's defaulted, and now Vic is back with Stuart to recover payment in full or seize goods if Amy can't or won't pay.
Oh, sounds pretty empty.
Oh, someone in, mate.
Is it?
Yep.
Very good. Hi, good morning, sir. My name is Mr. Victor, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I've actually been here before.
Yeah.
Amy lives at home with her mum and dad. But it's her uncle who answers the door.
Is she about?
She's in bed at the moment. She's just finished the shift.
Are you able to wake her up, mate? 'Cause like I said, we're here now to execute a High Court writ.
Why?
I've got to discuss it with her. Her name's on the writ, sir.
The writ allows the agents to make peaceful entry into the house.
Hang on, I'm not giving you permission.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're here now to take control of the rest of control. So like I said, I'll stay here, I won't go any further, but it is important that we speak to Amy.
Hey, man! You better get down here, huh?
What the hell? What's this thing on?
Hi, Amy. My name is Mr. Victor, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. There's an outstanding balance of £750 and 90 pence that needs to be paid today.
How much?
750.90. There is the amount on there, 750.90. We need payment in full today. So
I
don't
was
think it's...
paying it though monthly, £100.
Yeah. Well, you must have stopped or something.
Have you been paying it?
Yeah.
Have you got proof of payment?
I was transferring money every month from my online bank.
I was going to check on that.
Yeah.
As Amy claims she's been paying off her loan, Stuart goes to check his paperwork.
At some point, you must have missed a few payments, you see. They won't send us out otherwise, so...
But the documentation shows that Amy has defaulted on her payment plan.
As you can see here, payments have been made. 7th, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9. The office have been ringing since the 30th of October. No reply, no reply, no reply, no reply, no reply. So there's been many times we tried to contact.
Yeah, no, don't answer in a word, I don't know.
Well, if you don't answer the phone, then that's the reason why we come back. There's a lot of young adults out there that are embarrassed of their situation and don't really know how to deal with it. If you want to blatantly ignore it and wait for a High Court enforcement agent to come on the door, that's what we'll do.
As Amy hasn't been keeping up with her payments, Vic needs her to raise the full £750 she owes. But there's a problem.
Do you want to give your dad a call?
No, because he's going to kill me.
Yeah.
You'll have to do something.
I haven't got a choice. In the nicest possible way. I know it might be hard.
Something will have to be done, Amy.
I know, but what can I do?
You're not ringing your dad, won't you?
Oh, he's going to freaking kill me.
Well...
During Vic's last visit, Amy's father agreed to pay back some of his daughter's debt, on the condition she paid off the rest. She's reluctant to ask him for more help. But the agents need to settle the case today, one way or another.
In 10 minutes, I'm going to have to start doing an inventory of goods.
And what does an inventory of goods entail?
It's basically, I list everything that's in the property that's of value to be removed. It's then removed, it's then stored for 7 days before it's sold at public auction.
Yeah, but it's not her property.
We need to see proof of that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Because I don't buy it. All I've got is what is in my bedroom.
Yes.
Which for your mom's, but you'll have to have a sales invoice, or she'll have to have a sales invoice to prove that she's paid for it and you didn't.
And who keeps receipts like that?
Well...
Amy needs to prove that the possessions in the house are owned by her parents. If she can't, they could be taken away to offset her debt. But Stuart has even more bad news.
If we do an inventory of goods, it goes up to the £1,380 because we've then technically seized the goods. I'm afraid.
The pressure is on.
You're not bringing your dad cop. You're actually... There's no...
Yeah, but what if he's not got it? He's not got loads of money just stashed back.
I know, but...
What's it?
Something's got to be done.
I don't know why young people think that if they're not going to pay it back, that it's going to go away. But debt, unfortunately, follows you. And wherever you are registered to live, that's where we'll go to collect the debt from.
After 10 minutes, there's still no sign of any payment. Stuart's patience is running out.
She isn't really doing much apart from texting. And so I think it's about time there. We're going to have to start putting our foot down and assessing what we can take control of to sell at public auction if she can't raise the funds. Right, guys, I'm going to have to start taking control of goods, I'm afraid. See what we can do.
Amy's time to raise some funds is up. Stuart starts to make a list of goods.
All these were mother's, all these.
I need to see some documentation or proof or something like that.
As Stuart makes the inventory, Amy finally decides to call her father for help.
Dad, don't, because you're making it worse for me. Just please don't. They're not going to take anything if I get the money. I didn't want to ring you up, Dad. No, he's going to pay it.
What amount?
The 750.
Amy's father has agreed to pay the debt. But as the agents have started the inventory, it might not be enough.
Stuart, Amy's dad is willing to make a payment, but he can only get the 750.
Right.
I've explained that we have gone to the sales stage, obviously.
Oh, you're joking. It's fine, that's
Honestly, I've been with people.
Okay. Does it say you pay over the phone, Callie?
He's got cash.
He's bringing it here.
Are you sure you can get it?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm so sorry.
With the offer of £750 in cash, Stuart and Vic decide to waive the extra fee. They wait inside as Amy goes to meet her father.
Everybody needs help. every now and then. But some people do tend to borrow and then have a habit of not paying back. And it's a shame that it has to be put on the parents' shoulders to step up for something that isn't their mistake.
15 minutes later, Amy and her father return.
Yeah, are you able to make payments, I believe that? Yeah, it's £750.90 in total. I'll do your receipt now.
What's that? Dad, I don't want you. I've just asked you, please, don't. Just bring it. I don't want it for.
What is it altogether? 750, 750 and 90 pence.
There's 500 there, Vic. That's it there. Okay.
Debt can definitely bring out the best and worst in people. We find in a lot of cases where parents help out their kids, because that's what parents do, if they can. But debt can definitely bring people together or tear them apart. It's all done now.
Luke, we've all made mistakes.
Well, like I said, we'll get out your way, so I'm sure we're the last people who want to see them out. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Across the UK, small to medium-sized businesses are currently owed £67 billion in unpaid invoices. Chasing companies for late payments through the courts is costing these businesses an extra £11 billion every year, forcing many into bankruptcy. Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to recover a debt of over £30,000 owed to a supplier.
Last time I went to a place like this in the country, a man drove a tractor at me and started having a go at me. Did he? Yeah.
The debtor is a world-renowned racing car team.
Well, it's £30,000 plus, and it's the Lotus Formula One team limited.
If Lotus Formula One can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to remove goods to cover the debt.
Where we're actually going would appear to be a technical centre. So, testbed engines and things like that.
Might be a research facility, which means they're going to be really tight on security.
Well, just have to use your silver tongue to get us through the gate.
Or possibly a crowbar.
All visitors must report security. Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it?
The entrance to the facility is protected by an electric security gate.
This is exactly as we thought it might be.
Just shut the gate, see, look.
The more fuss we have, the better. My name is Paul Bohill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay.
We have a writ to serve against Formula One.
Okay.
Is there someone with power and authority
That lady there?
that we could speak to?
Yeah, have you got a copy of the document?
I have, yeah.
If you'd like to come over to reception.
This job was very different. We was going to a huge, complex, multi-million-pound company, security everywhere. It was a different job than the normal run-of-the-mill.
Lotus Formula One team's financial troubles have been widely publicised, and the agent's visit hasn't come as a surprise. This isn't the first writ the company has had to deal with recently.
Hello.
Hello, Sandra, I'm Jolie.
Hi there.
Who are you here on behalf of?
Musset Engineering.
Right, okay.
That's
That is
30 grand.
something, yeah, it's known to us. We completely honour the debt, want to honour the debt.
But Jolene, the site manager, has some bad news for Paul. Lotus Formula One reportedly owes £2.7 million in unpaid taxes, and they've already taken action.
What's happened is that HMRC have done an application for administration, which is this document here,
Right.
and we're held under the moratorium, this application. And what they've been advising us to do is to make any High Court enforcement officers aware of the situation.
Okay.
The moratorium means that Lotus Formula One are protected from settling any debts while they're being pushed towards administration by Revenue and Customs.
And I know it looks very glamorous that we've gone to a race, but trust me, it's on an absolute wing and a prayer.
Yeah, it's okay, we understand that. Yeah.
The odds seem stacked against them, but will Paul and Steve find another way to collect the £30,000 debt? And will they end up driving away with a dream car?
Because we had this vision of driving out through the gate with a Formula One car.
Really?
On the back.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well,
Shot to pieces now, that.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner were looking to recover £30,000 from a world-famous racing car team.
We have a writ to serve against Formula One.
Okay.
The site manager, Jolene, initially seemed willing to pay.
We completely honour the debt, want to honour the debt.
But then she dropped a bombshell.
What's happened is that HMRC have done an application for administration, which is this document here.
Lotus Formula One owed Revenue and Customs a reported £2.7 million in unpaid taxes, and the company was facing administration proceedings in the High Court. Most financial activity had been suspended, including paying off its creditors.
We had this vision of driving out through the gate with a Formula One car.
Really?
On the back.
Oh, right, okay.
But with a writ to collect £30,000, Paul doesn't want to walk away empty-handed.
It's the customs who started this rolling.
Yeah, and we hoped that what would have happened is that Renault would have come on board, our funding would all be in place, we'd have had time to make payments to all our suppliers.
Jolene claims the debt will be settled once the new shareholder, Renault, is on board. But Paul wants to resolve this case today.
We just need to run it past our in-house IP to make sure that we've got the bases covered.
He calls an insolvency advisor.
Hello, yeah, it's Paul Bohill. We've just turned up for a £30,000 writ. The moratorium order we've got a copy of, and we've also got a copy of the court papers, and the hearing was adjourned to the 18th, at which point either the customs will come to an agreement for things to be resolved or then put it into administration. So you think we could still sign a control goods agreement?
The advisor tells Paul that they are entitled to seize goods after all, as long as they leave them on site until after the insolvency hearing takes place.
It's nice to have the backup, the reality. Forewarned is forearmed. All right, that's lovely. Thank you, Barry.
Now Paul must tell site manager Jolene the news.
I've just spoken to my advisor. She said just take a Formula One car anyway.
Okay.
There must be an item here of value that we can identify and photograph.
Could you do a warrant of control on something?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So you know the drill. I'm really impressed.
You got any jobs?
Would you like to join us? Yeah, that's exactly, it's a control goods agreement, to use the right terminology.
That's okay, we'll be happy to do that. That's not a problem at all.
Now Steve and Paul need to search for assets that will offset the £30,000 debt. But there's a problem. As well as owing millions in unpaid taxes, Lotus Formula One has over £600,000 worth of extra debt to other creditors. And some assets on site have already been ring-fenced.
The only asset that we've really got that we can show you is a show car.
That's fine.
They're valued around $290,000 in our books.
That's all right.
And we can take you down to them now.
The agents are in luck. A show car is still available and will more than cover the £30,000 on the writ.
The type of car that we'd normally see is the family saloon or a works van or anything. It might be more extravagant, but the car that we were presented with was a pure racing machine.
Paul and Steve step into one of the company's workshops.
relax, we're not taking anything.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Do you want to get in?
Oh, please.
You want a family album, wouldn't it? You see, set you in.
God help us. I do like nice cars, and it was nice to actually see the Formula One car and actually looking at the engineering that takes place to get those things working.
Can you take a photo? Because you know where you're looking. Just
Yeah, 91.
The agents find the replica racing car they've been offered.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Once listed on a writ of control, it can be seized if the debt is not paid off. But Jolene is concerned.
I don't want to sign it.
You're okay.
I really have to sign it.
If anybody gets smart over it, you can give them my phone number, the mobile number on there, because it's quite simple, really. We understand all the ins and outs, which is why we're here, because I've been involved in insolvency for 25 years.
The case has been resolved, for now.
All the best. Take care.
The agents must wait to see whether Renault step in as they'd hoped and pay the company's creditors.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Take care.
If the deal doesn't happen, the agents could be back to take away one of the most unusual assets they've ever seized.
We achieved the best result that we could get out of the circumstances. Because there's a pending administration in the background, we were able to take photographs and say, this Formula One car, it is now under our control until such time as A, the debt is paid.
Located a cannabis factory, basically. In the attic.
It does take a certain type of person to become an enforcement agent. There's a lot of emotions run through every job you go to. Every job is different.
It's 3 p.m. and Graham and Brian are on their way to Wembley, North London.
Right, Brian, what have we got next, mate? We have got another High Court writ in the name of Mr... I won't even pronounce it.
They are here to collect £3,700 owed to a telecoms contractor. The debtor has ignored demands to pay for over 10 months. But the team now have a High Court writ to collect the debt.
It's gone through a long process. It could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then we knock on their door and it's got to come to a head. Reality kicks in.
No door number here. It's going to be in here, mate. It's going to be one of these. Playing field or something, isn't it?
The house is on a lane behind 8-foot gates.
That's it there, mate. That's going to be it. Oh, wow. It's getting here, don't we?
Hey?
Let's make sure I'm in the right place.
I think this is it, but...
Any mail in there?
Yeah.
Confirmed?
Okay. Yeah, same.
Oh, lovely.
We were a talk, yeah?
Is it open? CCTV, apparently.
Nice little hideaway, isn't it? It's huge, mate.
No one is home. But there is a 4x4 on the drive.
Car will cover it.
Yeah.
Expensive.
It's in good nick. It's full leather.
When we turn up to a property, you assess everything. You're aware of your surroundings, and that would include the assets. The car was parked on a private driveway, so everything in and around that area for me was an asset.
See if I can call him.
He should do something.
Graham gives the debtor a call.
Hello? My name's Graham Aldred. I'm High Court Enforcement. OK, there's a balance, sir, of £3,711 outstanding. How can you pay this?
I don't know. I can pay the end of this week.
No, sir. I need it paying today.
I haven't got with me. I'm at work.
I've got to remove the car then, sir, to cover the debt.
That's my wife's car.
OK, well, you need to show me a logbook for it then, sir.
It's insurance.
And the insurance.
I haven't got with me. I'm at work, I tell you.
Cool. Let him think about it. It's the first thing people say, isn't it? Oh, it's not mine. What we don't want to do is remove the vehicle and it's hers, and she's the insured driver, because it's not her debt, it's his. So we want to just get the facts before we do anything and take anything, because we don't want to take a third party's goods.
How often do people lie to me in this job? Too much. It's all good telling a lie, but we have ways and means to catch them out.
Suits up for back as well.
No, it's quite forward, I thought.
No, it's on the pull, it's behind the pillar, mate.
Yeah?
Usually when they're behind the pillar, look.
Yeah, he's driving it.
Behind it.
4:30 p.m.
It's just a waiting game now.
It's about the wits.
Brian and Graham have been waiting for the defendant to return for 1.5 hours.
Hey.
What?
You hungry?
No, I don't get invited to your barbecues, do I?
Finally, the defendant arrives.
Here we go.
Hello.
Excellent.
He's in no mood to talk.
He's going to come in and walk out then, yeah?
Excellent.
But the defendant just walks away. It looks like he's trying to lock them in.
Not very smart, is it?
We get threatened quite a lot. That's why we work in pairs. It gives you the backup of if anything's said or anything's violent. There's 2 people there, and 75% of people do show aggression straight away.
It's a game, innit? So you just call the police, Graham?
Yeah. No, you're just being stupid, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
No, yeah. You are. There you are. There you go. Thank you. No, do you want us to come and chat?
Graham still thinks he can get the defendant to talk, but the situation could turn at any moment.
Keep that gate open, right?
That's all right, don't worry.
Do you want to come and talk? Yeah? That's what we're here for. That's what we're waiting for.
You all right?
Yeah, just grab my hand, that's all.
Why you behave like this? Why? I would prefer every client that I deal with and debtor, specifically debtors, to communicate with me. You know, the worst thing to do is ignore us or the situation, but it's so common. OK, if you try and prevent us doing this, it's actually contempt of court, yeah? Do you understand that?
Keep your eyes open, yeah?
He came in, he was upset, he's seen us, and he's pacing up and down, his legs shaking. It's all, he's just unpredictable for me. I'm not following him about.
No.
Instead of talking, he's just behaving like that.
There's many a time where it can escalate very quickly and then you need to back out of the property. But if we feel we can talk to that person and diffuse the situation, then that's what we'll do.
Do you want to talk?
Why don't you just talk to us? Huh? Come sit down, relax.
I can't get the money now. End of the week.
Sit down.
Now.
Sit down. Listen, if you don't communicate with us, we can't resolve it, can we? Yeah? I understand that you're upset, yeah?
But you say if I have
20 minutes after arriving, the defendant finally calms down.
Yeah?
OK. All right. Cool. Deal. Just sort of the paperwork. I'm going to get onto the office.
The car will be sold to cover the debt if the defendant doesn't pay as promised.
Come to an agreement to take the vehicle and give him 7 days to pay. He said fine. So he's got removal costs, etc. Well, you know, his car's going, he's upset. I understand that. But we'll pay your bills. Hello, mate. If I have to take goods to auction, that will be a last resort. I think I can count on probably 2 hands the amount of times I've done it. But I will do it. It doesn't make me feel good at all, but it had to be done.
They must load the car carefully.
Whoa!
Any damage will come out of Brian and Graham's pocket.
Just keep going, a bit more.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, go on.
Down.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah.
The car is now in the High Court's possession.
Can I sign these, sir? Signature and print.
Don't worry, next time, yeah?
He didn't think his vehicle was going today. It was as simple as that. He actually thought that we were testing the water, but we can't leave the vehicle on site with him because the vehicle will just disappear. We'll never get it back.
It's up to him now what he does, but either way, the client will be happy. He'll get his money, and his job well done.
Right.
Recent reports suggest that rises in residential rents are creating a surge in subletting in the UK. As many as 1 in 10 rental properties may be home to unofficial tenants.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill, Steve Pinner and Sam Bayers are on their way to Essex.
I feel as if I know this area. The Evangelical Lutheran Church of the Redeemer.
How do you know what a Luther, whatever that word was?
It was a German pastor, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Not like tomato and mozzarella.
Yeah.
That's an Italian pasta.
They have a High Court writ to collect £30,000 in unpaid rent on a North London house. The debtor named on the writ sublet the house to other tenants. But the debtor and her husband have not paid any rent to the property owner for 2 years.
We're coming across subletting in a phenomenal scale. Somebody takes the property, rents it onto someone else for a few more pounds, rents it onto someone else for a few more pounds, and then the person who's at the end of the chain is paying their rent and they think everything's fine, only to find that we turn up and maybe number 2 or 3 landlord hasn't paid any money and just put it in their pocket.
The subtenants have alleged to Paul and Steve that the defendants are part of a vicious criminal gang. Paul is expecting a hostile and possibly violent response. So he's brought along ex-military police officer Sam.
Now, we don't know whether just fronting it for a husband or what, but this is why we need you here specifically today, because if there's going to be any aggravation, and there may be, bear in mind they allegedly sent heavies in to get the rent out of these families. That's the story so far. It would be wrong to say that I don't feel a sense of trepidation or fear in situations, but the day-to-day situations that we get involved with no longer frighten me. And if I'm going to die, I'll die anyway.
Before they confront the defendant and her husband, the team, including Steve's son Ben, want to take every precaution to stay safe.
Are you getting dressed now?
Sorry?
Are you getting dressed?
Oh, I am, because this is Essex, isn't it?
You got a small one for me?
No, the only thing we're missing here is those shields.
No.
And the helmets.
No.
I think we should have them.
No. Yeah, son.
The difference is that we anticipate that the husband is not necessarily going to be a very pleasant character.
The other paperwork, yeah.
They've been doing this for 2 years, so they've collected over 100, we're guessing, £100,000 worth of rent and haven't paid the landlord his 30. So it isn't as if they haven't got the money or haven't had the money. This isn't a hard luck story.
They've traced the defendant to her home in Essex.
Bro, there is somebody in the doorway.
As the team pull up, the defendant's husband is outside on the drive.
Hello. My name is Paul Bohill, High Court enforcement. We have a warrant against your wife for non-payment of rent.
Yes.
The amount that's outstanding in rent was about £30,000. I mean, have you got any means to pay? I mean, what would you suggest?
I have some Hungarian people who live there.
Yes.
And they didn't pay the rent. That means it's nothing to do with us.
At first glance, the defendant's husband doesn't look like the fearsome thug Paul was expecting.
Well, do you want to go inside to talk?
Yes.
Fine, thank you.
Paul evicted the tenants 2 weeks ago.
The tenants who were there, the Hungarian families, they told us they were paying you.
We didn't have that money. We never put any money in our pocket.
Yeah. Well, the tenants were paying somebody.
No, it's not true.
No,
That's the problem. It's not true. They was lying. They was on drug. They done what they want. I have to call the police because they nearly punched me. Theoretically, I have...
His version of events is very different to what Paul had been told by the tenants.
There's always a story behind the story. We're faced with someone who appears to be genuine, being the oldest and possibly the wisest. On my team, I make the decision as to whether somebody is genuine, and I'll carry the can back if it goes wrong. From what the tenants told us at the house, we thought you were a gangster and you'd meet us here with an AK-47.
It looks
not.
like
No, you're okay. I'm all right now. I'll take my bulletproof vest off. This isn't how I expected to find it. From the stories that we heard from the tenants, this was going to be a gated mansion in Essex. The people were going to be thoroughly unpleasant and total rip-off merchants. Now, I'm not saying that that isn't partially true, but it's not my first impression.
10 minutes later, the defendant arrives. And she doesn't look much like a gangster either.
She's jumped out of the car and stalled it. She might have thought her husband had a heart attack. What was I trying to tell you?
The defendant is named on the writ. As she is the original tenant, Paul is instructed to collect £30,000 from her today.
Hello. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm from the High Court. I'm sorry there appears to be a drama here, and that the amount on the warrant is actually £30,000. So really, the first and obvious question that I need to ask is, are you able to pay that today?
No.
OK, wrong answer, but we understand where it is. Sorry. After you.
The defendant's husband claims his problems started a year ago when he managed the maintenance team at a local hotel. He housed his workers in the sublet property, but then he lost his job.
Because it was my workers. I never had a problem in that house. But when my job is finished, my maintenance people, they left.
He says he didn't know the tenants who moved in. The new tenants stopped paying rent, and the defendant and her husband stopped paying the landlord.
Do you understand how serious the situation is? I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm just trying to give you the reality check.
Yeah, I'd like to pay this money back, but at the moment I don't know how.
No. OK. I understand that.
The property owner has instructed Paul to use all legal recourse to get the debt settled.
If there isn't a proposal coming forward, and I am instructed anyway to serve a bankruptcy notice on you, and that is that if you don't make a settlement to pay, he could bankrupt you.
It's a very, very bad situation, and it just comes from the sky. I was working 17 years non-stop to get this, and now it looks like everything is gonna go in other people's hands.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Put the kettle on.
Yeah, so why not?
If we have a cup of tea, we'll give you as much help as we can.
The High Court team have the power to seize the contents of the house. Ben and Sam do an inventory.
PlayStations, Xboxes, 8 TVs. We've got projectors on the wall. Technical paradise.
But the total value of the goods won't touch the massive £30,000 debt.
Wife, OK?
She's stronger than me.
She's stronger than you think.
Yes, well,
Paul realises the couple face losing much more than just their possessions. They could lose their family home. Anxious to avoid this, Paul begins to explore other options.
How much do we need to offer monthly, or?
I mean, it's a big debt, isn't it? It's the size of a mortgage.
Yes, but how long can we pay this?
What can you afford to pay? It would have to be substantial, otherwise it's not going to keep... The interest is added to the debt at 8% per year. Could you raise another mortgage on the house, for example?
no, you have more money.
It's a problem to be solved. Bear in mind, in many of these situations, I might be the only person in the room who actually knows the extent of the problem that exists and the ways out of it. So everybody else will have a piece of the show, but I will probably be the only person who can actually see the whole picture. What would be helpful to me going forward is that if you could produce an income and expenditure sheet, what you spend and what you earn between you. That gives me an idea of what you can afford to pay. So in other words, we want you to be able to live as you do and not to make any promises that you can't keep. Because I haven't discovered the way to get blood out of a stone. Masterly inactivity, appear to do nothing, but all the time you're making assessments I would like to think that if I can't produce a result, nobody will.
Paul gives the couple time to arrange their finances. All their possessions are now under control of the court.
I'm scrupulously fair, right? I will never hide anything from you. Yeah, but it's bad news, and that is the contents of the house, the vehicles you've got are under seizure as we speak. But we can allow you to keep them. Nothing changes today at all, to allow you time to take an opinion, solicitor, citizen's advice, do whatever you need to do. We can make an arrangement for me to come back to find out what money you can get together or what arrangements you can make to make payment. You've got my card. Cheers. Bye-bye. The surprising part of it, if there is a surprising part, is how calm and assured he is. It's like an alien, really. No, he's just so lucky to have a wife like that.
We will do our best to make an offer, because that money is gonna be my hard to save it. Hopefully, he doesn't want our house. I hope.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Research shows that a third of small businesses are reluctant to chase slow-paying customers, often pushing themselves into spiralling debt and failing to meet their own payments.
Nice day today, mate.
Enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Graham Aldred are on their way to a dry cleaners in Reading.
We're doing a commercial rent. Good thing about commercial rents is they're there 99% of the time. We hope they're there. Commercial rent, that is specifically instructed by the landlord of the property owing. The landlord wants his rent, his money. So they will give us the authority to enforce and send us in to retrieve their debt.
There is, yes, there is. Yeah, I'm trying to find somewhere to park.
The business owes £1,800 in rent. It is 20 days overdue.
That'll do, isn't it? Perfect. For a lot of small businesses, I think it's a cash flow problem. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're behind on orders. They'll maybe have some business rates they're struggling with, their rent they're struggling with. So it won't be just one specific debt, it will be a few.
If the debtor can't or won't pay today, Brian and Graham can take any equipment he owns to cover the debt.
I'm looking for Aziz Sindoani.
Coming about 20 minutes.
No problem. Can you get me on the telephone, please? Thank you, sir.
Hello?
Hi, is that Aziz Sindoani?
Speaking.
Mr. Sindoani, my name's Mr. O'Shaughnessy. I'm an enforcement agent. I'm here regarding unpaid rent. I've got an outstanding balance of £1,805.
At the moment, business is not so good, sir. I could not pay the rent.
OK, I fully understand your position, OK? You need to understand the landlord's position.
You can give me some time, like 10
No.
years, I can think of that.
No, sir.
You said that you
One more time, sir. Can you pay?
Through now and have a
Sir,
look at your
sir,
items
can you
in
pay
here, sir.
£1,805, sir? Yes or no?
Sir, no, I don't.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to seize goods. Right. When we state a possible outcome, it's never an empty threat. It's a strong possibility. It's not something that we want people to necessarily hear, but it's something that they need to understand. This could happen. You know, it's a bargaining tool, so to speak. Close the shop. I don't want your customers to come in and see what's going on.
So just put it halfway down.
Just here. Always have an escape route. Lovely. Health and safety.
Graham needs to assess if there is anything of value in the shop to cover the debt.
What are you doing, mate? You're making a list, yeah?
Just making a list, yeah.
We understand he's having difficult times. We respect that. But the landlord needs his rent. We don't want to take anything but it's a possibility. If the client instructs us to do that, we have to do it. A lot of people think, oh, you know, enforcement agent, you're all horrible people, but we actually take instruction from for my clients a lot of the time. I don't think these keys have been moved for a while, mate. I don't think they've been doing the key cutting. Mate, this stuff's ancient, look at it. I used to clean it. It's like rubby in here.
The value of the equipment would not cover the cost to remove it. Mr. Sindami, the business owner, is struggling in his first year of trading.
I do feel for small businesses, for them to try and get through that first year is hard. We try and get it sorted where they can afford to get the debt paid and carry on, obviously, trading.
Brian and Graham have been waiting 90 minutes at the laundrette. The equipment is old and of little value, so Brian and Graham turn their attention to another asset.
10 minutes away.
Do you want me to sit in the van? See what's come out?
Yes, where he comes up there.
Brian and Graham have no option but to wait for the owner to arrive. They want to know what car he's driving. If it's valuable, they can seize it, but only if they see where it's parked. Paul Bowhill, Steve Pinner and his son Ben are back in Essex. They are on their way to a job that will test their sympathies. They have a High Court writ to evict a single mother from her home.
The lady living here has been living here for 2.5 years. She had 2 children at that time. Hasn't paid rent since December.
5 months.
Yeah, plus 5%.
She owes over £6,000 to her landlord. But today, Paul and the team are not here to collect the debt. They are here to evict her.
You got a dog?
Oh, Paul's got to go with this one. He's a dog man.
No one appears to be home, except an angry-sounding dog.
What are you doing? Just try... Yeah, Paul becoming a dog whisperer now. He's talking to the dog.
No, that's enough. Our nightmare is breaking into a property, finding there are dogs on the premises, which means we've then got to feed and water them till we can track down the tenant. We should carry doggy treats. Anybody got any sweeties? Oh, you've got your sandwich, haven't you? I'll just get a ham sandwich for the dog. I've got a dog. Yeah, but she sleeps with my wife and I sleep on the floor.
The team search for any open windows or doors to gain easy access to the house.
They're all pretty tight.
We'll just break in. Authorised under the warrant.
Ben calls the tenants.
Paul, shall I give her a ring?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah?
Your property's being repossessed today, I'm afraid.
No, I had an eviction notice to come through.
The matter's been transferred to the High Court. When it gets transferred to the High Court, you do not get a letter, I'm afraid.
I've got nothing packed.
OK. Are you near?
I'm in the house.
Open the house. No, but let's talk to you.
The tenant has been hiding in an upstairs bedroom for the past 50 minutes.
She's in the house. She's in there. Yeah, I'm listening. All right.
At ages ago, if I would have known it.
Look, come down, open the door, and we'll talk. But
yeah, I've got 2 small children.
All right, that's fine. I'm completely aware. But can you just put the dog away for me? Because I'm...
Yeah.
All right, come down. We'll come and talk to you now.
The tenant knew she was going to be evicted.
This is my colleague, Paul.
But not today. And Paul must now break the bad news.
Just sit down a second, I'll explain the situation to you.
Girls, you can come down if you want. I would have packed all my stuff up.
This county court action has been changed to the High Court, so there's no notice, we just turn up as you find it.
They said, because they've told me wrong, obviously.
They have, yeah.
Because they just said, oh, you can stay and you'll get an eviction letter.
And that will give you a further 4 weeks?
That's right. Now, that's if it was going to continue to be dealt with under the county court rules, but the landlord has chosen to speed things up and he's changed it to the High Court. So that's what brings us here today. You won't be able to stay here tonight, so I would suggest you start off by ringing the council immediately while we're still here, so that you can then pass them over to us and then we can explain the contrary to everything they've told you. We're here now to evict you today. We're in the front line every day. It's just the same every day. They say don't do anything for 4 weeks. It's all right, don't panic. Nobody will come banging on your door. They also advised her not to answer the door to anybody. So they've actually created the drama that we had this morning.
Paul must continue with the eviction.
How long have I got to get out today?
As long as you need, a couple of hours at least, you know what I mean? Because you just need what you need for today. You know, the upsetting bit's over now.
I am, I'm upset with the cats.
No,
I don't want this.
No, I understand. So there's we're not
No one's going to come in here and touch all my stuff.
No. So please don't walk away from the thought that we're going to collect all your stuff up and throw it out in the street. It doesn't happen. It really doesn't.
The fact that tenants are waiting until we're on the doorstep isn't because they want to, it's because they're told to by the council. The situation they're putting the tenants in, living a life thinking when they're going to come knock at my door. It's not fair on no one, especially if they have children.
The tenant's stepfather arrives. He heard someone was trying to break in.
Hello there.
Hi, you all right?
Yeah. We have a repossession order to take possession of the place today.
I'll come over here quite sharpish, expecting there to be some form of trouble.
In practical terms, is there somewhere she can stay tonight and or whatever?
Yeah, obviously that's my absolute first priority.
The tenant says her problems started 10 months ago, after the council cut the benefits she used to pay the rent.
You've not paid the rent for a while?
I've had trouble with HM Revenue, accusing me of me having someone else live here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They were right, we're suspending your payment. I mean, I work part-time, and it's not just £50, I'm talking about £400 a month.
Yeah.
I was without.
So it's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
All these people are conspiring to throw you out on the street. They're doing a benefit inquiry, so they stop her benefit. She stops paying the rent, the house is repossessed, the council have to rehouse her. Does anybody actually follow this story right through? It's just crazy, isn't it?
That's up, sick of the voice already.
Contrary to our reputation, we will leave you to get used to the idea. We'll go and have a coffee somewhere and come back in 2 hours. We've got the keys to the property, so you can't...
And no one can come in and take my stuff, because I would have paid for you.
No, I understand. No, we'll have the keys. Today we've got someone who's very emotional. It's a very distressing situation. It just needs a slight change in the rules to make it work properly. We haven't got a problem leaving the place open. It's just that we can't give you the keys back.
The family are now homeless.
People with the legal responsibility to deal with those that have been made homeless, those authorities need to deal with that situation. It needs to be done with smartly. Said now everybody's got to run around like lunatics to try and sort out a problem that's been created by other people.
The number I've given you, my phone number, it's on all the time. We're going to go now.
Okay.
We'll come back at 4 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much. This goes beyond the bounds of the official repossession. I'm not going to stand by here and see the woman harassed and her stuff dumped in the street. It just doesn't happen. Not with this team. I would never allow it.
Brian O'Shaughnessy and Graham Aldred are at a dry cleaners in Reading. They are waiting for Mr. Sindami, a businessman who owes £1,800 in rent. He claims he can't pay, so Graham is in his van waiting to identify Mr. Sindami's car when he arrives.
I've got Graham sitting across the road, waiting for him to pull up. And he'll be seeing where he pops in from. Sometimes they park around the corner and they walk in, and they don't come in the vehicle they're driving. So some of them are quite clued up. Try and use it as a bargaining tool to try and get it resolved. You try to be a step ahead.
If it's worth money, they can seize it to offset the debt.
There. What's up? What's he driving?
Mr. Sindami finally arrives.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
Come in.
The car is not the bargaining tool they'd hoped for.
£700 reality, probably £200-300. It's not worth taking.
Okay, he doesn't know that. So let's just.
Thank you for coming back so soon.
I wanted to come early
No, it's
today
fine.
morning.
Don't worry.
But because I could not make it on time, that's why you have to wait for me.
That's fine. We're here. We waited. Okay?
Mr. Sindami has no assets, but still owes £1,800. So Brian wants him to pay £900 today and agree to a payment plan for the rest.
I came here and I asked you for £1,800. Hang on. Now I've asked you for 900. So I'm working with you.
I know, but if I'm trying to explain you something.
Listen, I don't need to know your full circumstances, but I understand it's not easy, and the first year in business is always the hardest. But
It's not hardest.
Hang on.
It's like people are trying to cheat me as much as they can. They think that I'm in the business.
What do you mean they're cheating you?
When I came into the shop, the machine was bad. Bad means it was not workingable, right? The wall was bad. I started working on it, tried to repair. Everybody, I call the engineer. They charge as if I've got millions in my pocket.
But the landlord won't their rent. You must understand
that.
If you was in the landlord's position, you may do the same thing.
I understand that.
Okay.
Sir, I have got £300 at the moment.
Fantastic. It's a start, isn't it? Yeah. You need to get another 600. You need to work with me.
Hi, this is Aziz here. I was trying to call you if you can lend me some money. Bailey people have come to seize the shop, so if you can help me with that. I was not expecting my landlord to send someone to get the money, but then here I am with them. I have got very strong feeling that before I bought this shop, someone else got the shop. He died because of heart attack, but I think so one day I will get heart attack because no one can bear pressure. No one can. They are putting pressure on you, do or die. If you can give me 2-3 days time, I will pay you. Because at the moment I don't have any money in the bank.
Mr. Sindami is struggling to raise any money. Brian and Graham need a change of plan. They must look to recovering the debt in the future.
I think we're flogging a dead horse here. So, I'll give him another 10 minutes, see if we can raise this £900. If not, I think we just give him a week to get the 900 and then another week to get the rest of it.
2 weeks originally.
Yeah.
Please.
Another creditor.
Please.
Just tell him you're calling back in 10 minutes.
Can you please call me in 10 minutes, please?
Okay, so what we're going to do for you, okay? I think you're having a very difficult time here. I'm going to give you 1 week to get me £900, okay? Yeah? And then the following week, £900 again. But you have to stick to that agreement, okay? I'm not saying pay me £900 in a week, and you're pulling faces at me.
No faces. I'm just trying to read. I'm trying to...
Hang on.
I'm trying to understand how am I going to solve this.
Well, you've got a week to solve that. You've got a week to do what you need to do. If there's a situation where we're on a job and the debtor can't pay at all, we sit down, we communicate, you know, I empathise, I listen, and I'll make a judgment call. So that all comes down to using discretion and weighing up the whole situation.
Brian gives Mr. Sindami time to raise the money, but any goods he does have will be under their control.
We want you to do well in business. You just work with us. I'm happy you'll pay it. And if you don't, I'll have to come back.
I will not let you do that.
All right?
I like to see you, but I don't...
We're going for a drink next time, yeah? No problem.
Not this way.
You sign this up?
Have a sit down, have a quick read.
Just sign and print in there, sir.
And then you can open your shop up, okay?
Any result is a good result. A payment plan is perfect.
Okay, we're going to go out this way so your customers don't see us going out the front, okay? That's for you. Listen, shake my hand one more time.
The creditor's happy and the defendant's happy.
Okay, bye-bye. God bless.
Bye-bye.
I will try my best to pay all the money. But this year, no one can say how much business I will get and how much it will be. If I have got the money, I need to pay, that's it. But if I don't have the money, then what?
High Court enforcement agents Paul, Steve and Ben are in Essex. 2 hours ago, they told a single mum that she had to move out of her home of 2.5 years. They gave her some time to pack and get emergency housing for the night. Now, they're back to finish the job.
So we've cream caked it at tea, and we're ready to go. Knock, knock.
The tenant's stepdad is helping her and her children to pack some belongings for the night.
Good timing is all I say on that, mate.
What's the story so far, then?
Right, Basildon Council Hall. I've got a temporary accommodation for us at Hotel King over side of Basildon.
Oh, nice.
Is it a nice hotel?
The tenant does not know how long she will be forced to stay in the hotel.
Obviously, being a hotel, you know, with 2 children, how can somebody be expected to live like that? She's got washing to do, she needs to sort of feed and dress them, take them to school and such like. You cannot live in a hotel room, simple as that.
The tenant will need to return in the next few days for the rest of her belongings.
Do you want anything carried out your car, or are you OK?
No.
Got to go in the car, have you? Going for a ride?
3 hours after starting, the eviction is complete.
It's a shame. It's 2 little kids, lovely kids. Not a perfect scenario, but...
Never is.
The tenant must wait to hear if she will be given a more permanent...
I was thinking that.
The debt is for an unpaid compensation claim following a road traffic accident.
The amount we're looking to collect, me old cocker, £4,766 and 5 pence.
After 100 yards, you have reached your destination.
Should be right there on the left.
As they reach the address, Brian and Dell spot someone cleaning a van outside.
Oh, there he is. I'll talk to him. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Do you live here?
Yeah, why?
I'm looking for Brian.
Why?
Are you him?
Who are you doing it?
Well, I'll tell you if you're him. Are you Brian? Sorry, I'm a High Court enforcement agent, sir.
A what?
High Court enforcement agent.
What for?
Well, if I know if you're Brian, I'll be able to reveal the details. Is it confirmed?
Who are you looking for, mate?
You're not him?
No.
Dell is suspicious.
You said you lived here earlier.
I didn't say anything, mate.
I asked you if you... No, I asked you if you lived here.
But then, a neighbour calls out from across the street.
Ah, obviously you are Brian. You've been called. I need to speak to you about this High Court writ, mate. High Court writ.
The man is not cooperating, but the writ allows the team to enter the house without force to seize goods if he can't or won't pay.
Dale, come in here.
My colleague's got into your house.
What the fuck are you doing in there? Get
Calm
out.
down. No. Calm down, mate.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
Your hands off me.
Down.
Hands off me.
There's someone in the house.
We're High Court enforcement.
Get out.
Hold on, there's my ID.
Get out.
No.
We're High Court
problem.
enforcement.
Get out.
Okay.
You haven't been welcomed in.
Don't need welcome.
Get out.
Will you calm down, sir?
No problem. No.
No, we're saying
sir.
here, sir.
We will talk to you here. Please get your hands off me. Please get your hands off me. I will talk here with you, sir. Okay?
Can you stand outside my
No.
house?
No, sir.
Listen, sir.
Can you stand outside
You
my
make this
house?
mistake. Get out.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Get out.
Let me show you the paperwork I got.
Get out. I'll be outside. Get out.
No, please take your hand off me. That's all I'm asking. If you don't take your hand off me, I'll call the police.
What is this about?
I'm a High Court enforcement agent, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got a High Court writ for Brian.
For what?
He owes Miss Kelly neighbour...
Well, it's about my fucking insurance. We're going to have to get out. If it's
No,
insurance,
no,
get out.
we don't have to get out.
Well, you're going to have to deal with my insurance, mate. I don't know what
No,
you're
we don't, sir.
The debtor thinks that the money is owed by his insurance company, but the writ states that he's personally responsible.
Just listen to me, right? We've got a High Court writ, OK? Now, I'm going to make this very, very simple. You don't have to speak to me if you don't want to, but we're here to collect this money.
Right, I'm going to start you off, right? Any problems, you deal with my insurance
No,
company.
we
That's
can't.
what I pay insurance.
Well, no, we can't, because the High Court have issued a writ against you.
Why?
Ask him, I don't know why.
Because my insurance company can't sort shit out.
We don't have any information.
Right, hold on a second here. This is about an accident.
Okay.
I'll tell you, this is about an accident here. Is this all right, Brian?
Yeah.
This is about an accident that Brian had on
Right.
his motorcycle, right? His insurance company was dealing with this here, right?
Right.
It is up to them to deal with that, not for you to come
Well, hold
here.
on. Let me finish then. Let me just cut you there. They are dealing with it. We've got a High Court writ.
You might want to get onto your insurance now and speak to them about it while we
I'm
start
not getting
there.
onto anybody, mate.
You're not going to get onto anybody, fine, then you need to pay it.
I'm paying fuck all. You can
Cool.
get in my house.
No.
You can take me with you, come on.
No,
We don't arrest
we don't
people.
arrest
I'm
people.
going outside.
See you later then.
As the son is refusing to pay, the team have no option but to seize his goods.
Okay, now we need to determine what goods are his in here and what are yours.
Fuck all, this is my house.
Okay.
You have no right to lift anything from this property at all. No, you don't.
Okay.
I'm not involved in this here,
is that
right?
your son? Is he your son?
Yes, he is my
Okay,
son.
right. Now, we've tried to speak to him outside. Let's get this straight. We didn't want to come in here. We wanted to speak
You're
to him.
in
Hold
my
on.
house. Hang on,
You're not
let's
listening.
say, but
I've
you're
done you
in
the
my
courtesy.
house. Yes, I
I've done the
understand
courtesy
that,
of listening to
Ashton.
you, right?
I'm trying to make it
Okay.
up.
Now, listen to me just for a second, right?
Right.
It's your son's attitude. We're in here because he didn't want to speak to us out there. He still doesn't want to speak to us, and we have to, of course.
You followed it into my
No, we didn't
allowed to
follow.
be in
We were
here.
allowed to be in here, and we didn't
Well,
have to.
this
We
is
didn't
my
follow.
house, mate.
But
This
he
has
lives
nothing
here.
to do-
He
No,
does live
no,
here.
He
Okay.
doesn't live
Well,
here.
So you don't
Well-
mind if we walk around and check the rooms and see if his stuff's in here?
What stuff?
His clothes and his trainers and all this stuff.
What do you mean his
you haven't got. Well, let's go upstairs. Me and you. Let's go.
No, mate.
Well, hang on. You haven't. Well, I will be.
No,
Okay.
don't put a smile on your face. And
Why not?
Got one over me.
It's not about one over
My
you.
house.
And we respect that.
People get upset with our presence. People throw their dummy out. They shout, they rant, they rave. And I don't mind that, as long as it's not physical.
Okay, in 5 minutes I'll be entering your house, and if you obstruct me, I'll call the police and you'll be arrested.
Call the police.
Cool. No, in 5 minutes, you can try and call him.
This is my house.
Okay.
Listen, this is wrong. This is totally wrong.
You need to speak to your son.
Speak to your son then. son.
No.
So we're going. Come on.
No, but you're not
Let's go.
coming. No, you're not coming.
Okay,
back
fine.
to my
We will
house.
be. It's
You're
fine, it's fine.
not going to force your way into my.
We're already in your home.
You're already in your
No,
house.
you're not.
Give me your
gonna
phone, please.
Get out.
That's fine. We'll call the police.
Call the
What's your
police
phone?
now, please.
We-
How can you be in my house? I haven't done anything.
That's why we're allowed in your home.
We've got a High Court writ, sir. You're not listening, are you? You know what's going to happen? This will spiral out of control.
Absolutely, no,
right?
I'm gonna phone
When
to
it
the
doesn't need to spiral
Listen
out
to
of
me.
control.
This is my house.
I know, you keep repeating yourself.
Hello? Hello, my name's Brian O'Shaughnessy. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
As Brian calls the police, the son returns.
Can you do something?
Yes, please. Yeah, I've got the data here of his father become obstructive.
Right.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to tell you now, if
Thank
you don't
you.
get out, you're going to get seriously hurt.
Cool.
And that's not a threat, that's a promise. Get
Okay.
out. We'll talk outside. Whatever you got
No.
to say outside of this door.
You didn't want
I
to
will
speak.
promise you now.
You didn't.
Know that.
You didn't want to speak outside.
You're gonna say, are you
Come on,
threatening me?
outside, you're in my
threatening me?
house.
No, that's fine.
Sir,
It's a promise.
The police.
Go on, Karen.
Look,
Outside.
the
Come
police.
on.
The police are on their
Outside.
way.
All go outside
Outside.
and talk
Sir.
about this. Get
Outside. We can talk about it outside.
No, sir.
Outside.
Hang on a moment.
Tensions are rising, and no one's backing down.
Get out.
Please, please.
We're going to speak here.
No, you're going to get hurt. Get out of the house. I'm telling you now, you're going to get hurt.
Okay.
Get out of the
Thank you.
house.
Please get out.
No.
It doesn't need to get to
Get out.
that, does it?
It does. Well, it
Can the
does.
police
Get out of the
please?
house.
Please.
I can say anything you need to outside. Come on, let's go.
Sir, don't touch me, sir. Please, don't touch me, sir. Don't touch me. Look, no one's. Don't touch me,
This is for your
sir.
own safety, mate. Get out.
Look, I'm just saying
Get
to you.
out. I can't protect you from what you're about to do.
Sir,
Get
look,
out.
sir, look,
Get
sir,
out.
sir, just wait.
Get out.
Please,
We're not waiting.
Look,
We're going outside. Come on.
Hold on.
Get out. Get out. Trust me,
Hold
you're
on.
going to get hurt.
Hold
Get
on.
out.
Look, just wait.
Get out. Come on, I don't talk about anything outside. Come on.
No, hold on, just calm down. Look, just calm down. Look, stop it.
Hold that.
Look, stop it.
Please get out of my house. Put my glasses. Hold my glasses down. I got them.
I got them.
out of my house.
Get off me. Get off me.
Stop it.
Get off me. Get off me.
Now, with the police on their way, father and son are still physically resisting the team.
Get off me.
Stop it.
Get off me. Get off me. Stop it. Get out. Get off me.
Leave it, please.
Stand back. Stand back. Stand back. Stand back. Stand back. Stand back.
We're not moving anywhere. Stop it.
My house up now. Get out of my
Stand back. Stand back.
Get out of my house.
Stand back.
Stand back from me!
Listen,
Stand back!
stop it.
Stand back! Stand back, please!
We're not. Stop back.
Pushing me.
What? Stop
Stand
it.
back.
Stop pushing
We're
me.
not
Stand
leaving.
back.
Stop it.
Stop pushing me.
Stand
Get out
back.
of my house, please.
No, sir.
Please get out of
We're
my
not
house.
Don't threaten
moving.
me.
Get out.
Please.
Stand back, please.
Get out.
Please
We're
get
not
out of my
moving.
house.
We're not moving.
Please get out of my house.
No.
Can you go
You've
out?
assaulted me. That's a criminal offence.
I'm not here to be hurt. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm not here to fight people. But sometimes people don't want to listen, and it goes down that route.
He's trying to protect me.
No, he's not. He was
Yes.
making threats.
He is trying to protect me.
He pushed me.
Please. Please get out of my house.
No, sir.
We're not
Get
moving.
your hand. Step back. Step back.
Get out.
No,
Sit
not
down
that.
there.
Can you not
Please.
see it?
You are the one who's brought this into this.
no.
Right? You were threatening me, right?
You said you were going to hurt us.
Please.
Well,
Get your hands off
some
me.
invaders.
Get your hands off me.
I know there's people trying to get in my house.
With Brian and Dal staying put, the son also calls the police.
They say they're bailiffs, but it's because we've got no proof.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me.
They're inside my hallway now. They've been throwing us around.
Stupid.
No, I've tried to get further in the house as well.
Tell them we're High Court enforcement agents.
Marvellous, thank you. Bye, bye.
Fantastic. Please on the way, yeah? Silly boy.
A police officer arrives almost immediately.
Can we just double stand down here?
Hold on, don't crowd me.
I'm not. I'm just going to close the door.
Yeah, you are.
Right, we're High Court enforcement
Yeah,
agents.
okay.
I've arrived outside here. I've seen this gentleman cleaning his van.
Yeah.
He didn't want to reveal who he was. Whilst I'm trying to speak to him, a gentleman from across the road is going, Brian, are you all right? So I know it's him. Colleague has come in.
Stood here.
All right? And we've stood right here.
Yep.
He's come now and he's flipped, wanting us to leave. We're not leaving.
Okay. The drama's over at the moment, but I do need other units over.
This gentleman then promised that I would get hurt if I didn't leave because he wouldn't be responsible.
He wasn't talking about
It's all on
it.
camera. They tried to push us out. I've been assaulted. We've pushed them away.
So I've pushed them back using reasonable force to protect ourselves. 2 or 3 times I've done that because they kept coming at us, and we've opened palms, please stay back. That's what we've asked them to do. They've continued to come at us. Okay? We're here with a High Court writ which needs to be satisfied.
Yep. So
And this is the data here.
what do you require me to help you do?
Well, we're now going to go around the house and look at assets, because I'd rather get payment here and leave. I don't think it's going to come to that. Then I need to determine what assets Brian has here. This is Dad's house.
What amount of payment do you talk about?
Hang on a moment. Hang on.
We've 4,500 now. This is the writ. You need to speak. I've gone through this with you already, right? And your son has been the one who said it's about some insurance. Now, that's about all I
I'm
know.
going to stop you right here, right now. They are not going to come in any further. Anything we can do will be sorted out outside.
They have a High Court
We will be here.
This is
Okay.
my house.
We've taken that into account.
Okay.
We understand that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me reassure you, any goods that belong to you, they will be left alone.
Under what judgment?
Under that judgment there.
So that bit of paper,
Yes, it is, yeah.
you got to have a copy of that?
I'll get you a copy.
Regarding me, no?
Yeah.
Like
No, this is my copy.
now?
This is my copy.
What does that say?
We will get
Read
you.
it. Do you want me to read it to you?
No, I'll read it out, mate.
Okay, fine.
The son is still convinced his insurance company is liable for the payment.
No, no, you speak to them. Your insurance company's liable. You are.
We asked you to speak to them and you said no. Well, you said no, didn't
Expect me
you?
to contact
Well,
them
you
at
said you weren't going to do it.
Office hours, 5:30.
You're being
can't
very
turn up-
difficult.
I'm not being difficult.
You are.
It's not
It's
anybody's
a
fault
situation
here.
that I've
Do you know what?
put myself
Let me.
This is a situation I've been put
Brian.
into by someone else's incompetence to do their job.
Brian, are the insurance company liable to pay it?
Yes.
All right, can I just advise you something? If the insurance company are liable and they agree to that, they will pay this. It's happened before. So what I'm trying to plead and ask you to do is give them a call and ask them about it. It's up to date.
Our office hours are closed.
Okay, do you know what?
Open from
Let's go.
8:30
Let's carry on.
to 8:30.
Officer, we're gonna carry on. Okay.
Yes, we can. We are going to do it.
A second police officer arrives.
You might have been able to do something.
Hello.
Hi there. Come in. What we need you to do at the moment is just allow these gents to look around your house, okay?
Right. I won't. I can't have them in my house, please.
It's actually a criminal offence obstructing us.
They're a bit of paper.
Let me finish,
No.
please.
This is going to happen, okay? They've got the paperwork from the courts. There's nothing we can do about that at the moment.
The police are very important when a situation deteriorates because people recognise their authority, and sometimes they're the communication vehicle that we have to go through in order to break that emotional cycle that people find themselves in, to recognise the fact that we do have the right to be in your property.
The police arranged to give Brian and Dell access to the house to see if the son has any belongings that could satisfy the writ.
I'll stay with you, he'll stay with you, and keep it nice and calm, and just to satisfy your mind what is in here and what isn't in here.
Okay.
Right?
Come ahead, I am welcoming you into my house.
Okay, so where shall we start? Just
Everything in here is mine.
everything is yours.
Everything.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
After a quick inspection, Dell emerges.
Got everything in there is Dad's. Cool. They got sweet family. Yeah.
With no assets to seize, Brian and Dell's only option is to allow time for the son's insurance company to settle the debt.
What we're going to do, we'll allow you to speak to the insurers tomorrow morning first thing, yeah? What you must stress to them is that it's now with the High Court and that this needs to be settled. If they are liable or if they've made a mistake, they will have to pay it, yeah?
The tension has gone, but the explosive incident is still raw.
Brian, I just want to say something, yeah? I'm really upset about what happened earlier, yeah? I'm not in this job and done this job for 11 years to be put in a situation like that. I get no enjoyment out of it, yeah? I've got 4 children, I'd like to go home in one piece, yeah? I understand why you did it, okay? And just talk to us next time if you ever get anybody like us. We're not unreasonable. It's a lesson learned, yeah? All right? I want you to shake my hand before I leave today.
Yeah.
If you are liable for it, call me up and we'll sort it out. Okay?
Yeah.
Happy days.
Good.
See you later.
We go after Dad.
Brian and Dell will have to wait until tomorrow to see if the insurance company will pay up. If not, they'll be back.
Recent figures show that private rents are rising faster than mortgage costs. Across Britain, more than 800 properties are repossessed every week.
Wingham, Kent. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Phil Short are on their way to repossess a cottage where the tenant owes over £3,000 in rent.
This is just so tight round here, isn't it?
It was very picturesque, though.
It is, yeah.
Almost feels like you've got to have a tractor to live around here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the team aren't here to collect the unpaid rent. They're here to evict tenant Andrew Bowman today.
Andy's now out of ICU and he's hopefully going to be home by Friday. Ha! OK, locksmith, if you'd like to work your magic, there's obviously nobody in.
The note on the door implies the property is empty, but a twitch of the blinds upstairs suggests otherwise.
He's in.
He's in?
Yeah.
Has he seen you? Hello, Mr. Bowman.
No, he's not in.
Right, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have a repossession order for this property today.
Do you?
We do, yeah.
Oh, well, I'll be able to clear it out for him then.
Yes. There's no immediate rush, in as much that if he's got... Is he actually in hospital or something? We didn't realise that, obviously.
I can sort it out.
Is there anything you need now?
I'll grab a few bits if that's all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We normally allow an hour for that.
Staying here
But,
waiting in the hospital.
OK, you're a friend of his, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, if it changes the lock, I'll come back with a truck later and clear it out for him.
That's fine. All right, so thank you. What's your name?
Paul Stevens.
Oh, so there you go. Paul Bowhill. Nice to meet you.
All right, thank
And who's this?
Oh, I'm dog sitting as well.
Really?
No, I've got to sort that fucking out.
What's the matter? What's wrong with him?
He's had quite a bit bowel cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
So is all this is all bad timing then?
This is all awful timing for him, yeah.
Is it? It's rent arrears by the look of it. He's not paid the rent for a while. Is he
I
running into
don't know.
problems like that?
He said he was struggling with it, but...
Where's he
What's he owes? It's too late what he owes, isn't it? You didn't say anything to me.
It's 3,200.
If he pays that, Is it done?
I doubt it. Where is he now this minute? I mean, does he need to be told?
I shall phone him very shortly, mate. Yeah, he can't talk to me. He's got a tube down his throat.
Has he? Oh, jeez. Where is he now? Is he still in hospital? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't be worse, really. Could it? I wonder if the landlord's aware of all this.
I don't know. Hey.
With the news that the tenant is seriously ill in hospital, Paul phones the landlord to see if she wants to postpone the eviction.
The guy is not here. His friend is staying here at the moment because he's actually in, I guess, the Kent and Canterbury. He's just had an operation for bowel cancer. Were you aware of any of this? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll say he isn't here, so I can't sort of analyse that situation. Yeah, OK. All right, no problem. So we'll carry on as before.
The landlord isn't convinced that the tenant is genuinely ill.
I've spoken to the landlord. I think there's some difficulty in believing what is the truth and what isn't.
Well, I don't know this.
No, I understand. I'm not drawing you into it. I'm just giving you the story. My mobile number is on there. My name is Paul Bowhill. I say, if you've got what you need, we'll go around and make sure everything's locked up, take photographs here.
Yeah.
It's a criminal offence if anybody breaks back in here. This is just the routine. No, I'm just giving you the routine.
I don't think it's going to work breaking into.
Have you got a key for the back door?
No, there's no key in the back door.
There is no key, OK.
What's your... Paul, you said, isn't it? All right, have I got a contact number for you?
You haven't.
No. All right, I'll just leave it open. If you need to ring me or get him to ring me, please do so.
I'll ring the landlord.
Thank you for your cooperation. All right, sir. Yeah, all right, sir. You take care.
All right, mate.
Bye-bye.
Just 10 minutes after Paul's arrival, the tenant's friend leaves the cottage.
That could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
He's big enough and ugly enough.
Could have gone extremely wrong.
But as Paul does a routine check on the state of the property, he's in for a surprise.
Oh dear. Cannabis farm. Full scale.
Oh, yeah.
Out of here. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're effecting a repossession at a property in Wingham. We've found this full-scale production facility upstairs.
Oh, right. You found a drug factory?
Yeah, but it's which might actually show us the tenant. We're now beginning to doubt whether there is an illness, because there would normally be a load of appointment letters for the hospital.
But then, Paul makes an astonishing discovery.
The tenant.
The man claiming to be house-sitting is actually Andrew Bowman. The police arrive in force, and Paul hands over to the officer in charge.
The man who we saw here, who said he wasn't the tenant, we've now found is the tenant, but he's now got a beard and he's slightly balding.
That's the same bloke.
That's the same bloke, yeah. So there's his passport. That's what he looks like. We haven't disturbed anything. You're in charge.
Paul's detective work today has put an end to a sophisticated illegal enterprise.
The bloke's obviously a local man. He's not going to be able to get away with it. We've got him on camera, for heaven's sake, so we could just put that up on the front page of the Kentish Express. Do you know this man? And you'll get 50 phone calls in no time flat.
Recent figures show that debt is forcing the sale of a growing number of farms. As prices paid for produce have gone down, small farms are increasingly vulnerable to financial hardship.
Battle, East Sussex.
What's it called? Farm, is it?
It's Glebe Farm.
Brian and Dell are on their way to see a farmer, Dennis Russell, to collect a debt of nearly £5,000.
He's just ignoring us. But I'd like to really get in here today now. Hopefully he'll be open and we can go straight in.
Brian has tried unsuccessfully to collect the debt before, but today he's determined to get a result.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Here, come.
A dispute between Dennis Russell and his former business partner has been going on for 5 years. The case went to court. Mr. Russell lost, but failed to pay what he owed to his former partner.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Mr. Russell?
Wrong place, mate. Fuck off.
No.
Fuck off, wrong place.
No.
Yeah.
Is this Glebe Farm?
I don't give a fuck, mate. Hell.
Don't swear at me.
Hell.
I'm not swearing at you.
We're just making inquiries.
Hell.
No.
This is Glebe Farm, sir.
I'm not leaving, no.
Right, so what do you want then?
Okay, I'm here to talk. I'm not here to be aggressive.
If somebody comes out and they're immediately aggressive towards me, I ask myself, why? Why are you aggressive? Why are you behaving the way you are? It doesn't necessarily mean it's the person I'm looking for, but 9 times out of 10 it is.
We're looking for Dennis Russell. Is that you, sir?
No.
Does he live here?
Yeah, but he's not available. I don't know where he is. He's not available.
Okay, cool.
Okay. When will he be available?
I'm sorry, I can't answer that. He's, I don't know where he is.
You have a contact number for him?
No.
Okay. What's your position here on the farm?
What? I'll just, when he's away like he is today,
Okay.
I come round and I look after the place.
Oh, that's cool, that's cool. So you work here?
No, I don't work here, no.
You just help him out?
Just help him out.
Okay.
Does he rent this out? Do you rent this from him?
No, what it is, lots of this shit's mine. Where I look after the place, he just let me do me,
Oh, that's cool, man. Look, the reason I'm...
I told you.
No, that's cool. No, the reason I'm asking is because I don't want to touch anything of yours.
Right.
That's why I'm asking, all right?
Brian's looking for any goods he can seize if he can't get payment.
That, in there, the van's mine.
Happy days. I'll leave it alone.
It's a dark environment, collecting money, dealing with individuals. They will be evasive because they don't want to pay.
The man claims he owns some of the things on the farm, but the agents need proof. Brian hopes that this will also flush out his identity.
I'm going to seize everything on his land.
Yep.
I'm now going to take control of it.
So what is it then you want from me?
Paperwork. Anything you have here, if you have any agreements for your stuff, you got paperwork for your boat and your vehicles?
Or logbook for the car?
Logbooks?
Something?
Insurance?
The only thing I can supply evidence for is the engine on the back of the boat. So I bought that brand new, but I haven't still got the documentation. But if you do a VIN check on it, you'll find out that it'll come back to me.
Okay.
Well, what's your name then? What name will it come back to?
But, well, let's just keep talking for a minute.
What name will it come back to?
And what else? What's our other stuff for?
What's your name, sorry?
The man still refuses to give his name.
You're just deflecting. You're deflecting from a lot of questions.
You are him, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
What's your name then? Because we've asked you, innit? If it's going to come back to you, what name is it going to come back to?
Well, that come back to me.
Yeah, what name is that then?
I am not Dennis.
Are you related to him?
No, honestly, not at all. All I am is a friend. That's all I am, is a friend.
The thing is, the problem I have here is you're on his land, you're in his property, but yet you can't get hold of him. You're not identifying who you are to us. I'm going to seize everything now and start removing goods.
Under pressure from Brian, the man finally decides to reveal who he is.
I'll hold it if you don't mind.
Is that his surname, yeah, there?
Yeah.
He's not the debtor, after all. But even if Mr. Russell doesn't show...
Okay, yeah, cool.
While they wait for Mr. Russell, Brian and Dell keep looking for more assets.
How much do you think that's worth? Tina?
A monkey?
Please. I'd have 3 of them if they were worth 500 quid.
What are these?
Mate, 2-3 grand easily.
The woman has been successful. Mr. Russell finally arrives.
Hello. Hi, Dennis. How are you? How are you, chap? Thanks for coming back.
Thank you. We're here on behalf of DCBL.
Mr. Martin Paul Mitchell, the claimant. County Court judgment was issued on the 26th of February 2010.
Well, my business partner, well, I'll tell you what, I don't own a penny because I was the one that put all the money up for that business.
Okay. The company before us attending has written to you 30 times.
I haven't received
Hang on a moment. Just to hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying you've got no reason to stand there and lie to me, okay? They contacted you in March 2013 and spoke to you, hung up the phone on them. This information, reiterate, you hung up the phone on previous debt company. Just listen, all right? I'm not saying you've done anything. This is the information given to me, and I'm relaying it to you, yeah? I've visited here previous, and I left a letter in your postbox down on the floor. Do you pick up your mail down there?
Yeah, but I haven't had anything lately.
Well, fine. I'm just letting you know. I've been here.
Yeah, when you pay, baby,
This is my second time here.
Yeah.
So what we need to do today, you may say you don't owe the money, but as far as I'm concerned, and with the High Court written in front of me, stamped at the High Court, You have it.
But I'm going to tell you one thing there. He was my ex-business partner. Now, he's got the audacity to do that to me.
Can't pay it. I'm going to seize assets on this property here today.
Monday.
Has to be today.
Yeah.
Can you pay with card, or do you want to check?
You can pay with card, yeah.
Fab, OK. What I suggest you do is you get your card, you pay
I
them...
haven't got a card. It's a savings account.
You can get a banker's draft. That's like cash, so...
They won't give you anything if you go down like that, look.
Mr. Russell heads off to the bank, leaving Brian and Dell, hoping he'll be able to pay in full.
He's a lovely, lovely guy. He's got a heart of gold. He would do anything for you. But this with, this Martin...
You know the
I know
story.
all about it, and so... Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know the history.
No.
You see, we have no inkling of it.
But he is, and if he doesn't understand something, that's why, my husband and I, we go down the bank with him.
An hour later, Mr. Russell returns from the bank.
Thank you.
I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, count the check.
Yeah.
That's how they do it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There's a copy of the writ, OK? Here is a receipt for your payment.
OK.
We're going to leave you in peace now, Dennis, all right? Thank you for treating us the right way. We appreciate it. All right, we know it's difficult for you. All right?
After nearly 3 hours down on the farm, Brian and Dell finally have the payment.
Basically, he's buried his head. And chickens come home to roost, don't they? But he's a nice enough gent, and it's unfortunate the way it's gone.
Debt doesn't discriminate whether you're rich, poor, country boy or a city boy. Doesn't matter. He's a really nice guy. He's genuine, but he's still got to pay. He's gone through the process. He's still got to pay. But it's come to a head now. The 5-year battle is finished. That's it. It's done.
Brian and Dell played a waiting game to get the result they needed.
Recent figures show that the number of people in emergency accommodation is on the rise. For the last 3 years, the number of households affected has grown, with a 10% increase in this year alone. Over 75% of these households include children or pregnant women.
If you don't want to move, we'll call the police. Do we need all that first?
Well, doesn't matter.
No, OK. We just need to get the locksmith in to change the locks, please.
How is this procedure going? You haven't let me know.
There is no warning for me to come. I'm from the High Court. There is no warning. I just turn up.
Mr. Alia has lived in the flat for 9 months with his partner Arta and their 2 young children. He's getting increasingly upset.
No, don't worry. If this place doesn't hold us, no problem. We go back to our country. What you showing to us, racism. That's all. You don't show nothing else, just racism.
We're not racist. We have a writ that asks us to, or commands us to carry out an instruction, and we carry that out, regardless of the person's race, creed, or colour.
I'm from Kosovo. Yeah? And you're showing just racism. In this country, only racism. And bring no peace nowhere in this world. I find it hard to comment when he's over here, obviously living off housing support. When the system goes against him, as opposed to him playing it, he pulls a racist card, so there's not much I can say without getting angry at him, really. No problem. We leave this home, and if you are happy, we leave your country as well. No problem. No problem. Long as we have our peace in our heart, no matter. But you guys are just doing nothing, nowhere. Let him have his 2-minute rant, and he'll be down, he'll be housed again within a week. It's a system. How is possible moving to one family with 2 little kids, with 2 just little babies?
I get very annoyed that people are abusing the system, and are clearly abusing the system, and there's no excuse. Then the landlord is actually entrenched, and he's fighting a battle that can take up to a year to get rid of them, during which time they pay no rent.
Excuse me, I want you out of the way because you're holding me, yeah? Otherwise, you tell me 2 hours, don't tell me 1 hour. Because they're holding us on the way. I'm speaking to you.
At 1 o'clock, we will lock the door.
You don't hold me.
Just carry on, just carry on. If you talk less and just move more.
Don't think you're in a high position. You're not
I
in a high
don't mind.
position. You're in a low position.
That's okay. I don't care what you think, sir. I haven't got a problem. Just be out of here by 1 o'clock. People can throw at us whatever they think is going to have an effect. And eventually they calm down or go away because they can see that it's having no effect. If we were to react to any of it, it would exacerbate the situation.
Sotto dove? Kufarian. Kufarian.
Nu chiar asta e eu. Asta peta rapid, tu rapid, știi rapid camaleon.
Has it come along nearly?
He says 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm only asking how it's going. Yeah?
You see me back in the house.
The deadline's come and gone, but Paul's anxious not to inflame an already tense situation.
Just got to be a little bit careful because this one could kick off. Can you sort of wrap it up now?
Të qakujt për të vallaj s'jam. S'jam të qakujt për të. So kur s'pa qajta për mu. Hajde kapi ti se raqë që ti për jashta.
Që të raqë?
Kapi që të së pjata kapi që të kapi. Që shto kapi? Si kapi t'in qesir, se mi thaj. Shma që qamë.
I'd like you to go in 5 minutes. The housing system that we have it, if you look at the global picture, to use the legal term, it's completely and utterly fucked. There are so many people out there who either can't or won't take responsibility for their own lives. Well, the council will have to find me a house. It's always somebody else's fault. Right. All done?
Yes.
The family is now homeless.
If they go to the council, they'll have to accommodate them because they've got children, and they'll put them back in emergency accommodation. So the